If you're sensitive about your favorite wrestler,
If you confuse nostalgia with good booking,
if you need your opinion validated,
hit pause now.
this is Heelcast. All right,
What
man.
up?
Yeah, big night last night, a
Yeah, man,
lot of shit.
it was unexpected. It was like partially I want to say it was partially planned. Like I feel like we knew where the men's rumble was going as
Right.
far as who was going to win. I just didn't expect to get there like that.
Oh, well, not me. I thought Braun Breaker was taking the bag. I thought Braun
Um
Breaker was taking the bag. I know you thought that Roman was taking it, but dude, I thought Braun was taking it. And then to have him come out and just fucking he's come out too, and I was like, oh shit, we're gonna see Braun and Oba just like go toe to toe, and then
I want to think I'm not I want to think I wonder if they threw a curveball because I'm sure you saw it on SmackDown that it was
Mhm.
leaked that he
Yeah,
was number 1.
right,
So that's kind of why I feel like it. Well, I mean, we'll get into it later, but that's why I think it wasn't Seth because I
right,
wonder if they just did that as a last second, let's change things up type of deal.
right. Yes,
Um,
for sure.
but yeah, I mean, let's get into it.
Yeah,
It's a
well,
Sunday fun day. It's kind of cold.
yeah,
Let's
yeah,
jump into it.
yeah, man. We'll start off women's match first. That's fired up tonight. I think we all figured it was coming. You know what I mean? Liv Morgan. I I don't think there was another choice.
Okay, so I'm gonna cut you off there because I think the only other choice would have been Bianca.
I said that if I told everybody that, like, I had my in-laws here yesterday and I told them, they were like, who do you think's winning? Or my father-in-law did. And I was like, I think Liv Morgan's got it unless Bianca Belair comes back. Then Bianca's going to take it and she's going to go face Jade at Mania. Maybe they just don't want to pull that trigger. Maybe, Bianca's not ready to come back. Maybe she's going to go the route of Chamber, right? Like, I don't know. I would hope that's
Is
where
there
we're going
only?
with
I can't
Mania.
remember. Is there only one woman's title?
There's two. There's two. Jade Cargill has the one. Stephanie Valkyrie has the other one.
Okay, that's right. That's right. Stephanie has one. Okay,
So I would
so I'm
imagine,
reading that Liv goes after Steph, and then
yeah.
Bianca does come back
Hmm.
at
Chamber.
Chamber,
Yeah.
and
That
then
that
goes
was my
after
thought.
Jade.
Yeah, that was my thought after the whole thing. And it's like, I don't know. I just feel like with Bianca, they're gonna have to do something. They're gonna have to like turn Jade. Because I can't imagine you want Bianca as the because we know how Triple H is. He doesn't like the heel versus heel or face versus face. Like
Right.
we'll do it occasionally, but he wants it heel face. You know what I mean? Because he's old school. So like, I cannot imagine in WrestleMania that Jade's the face and Bianca's the heel. Like, there's no
Um.
way. I maybe, but like, I just don't see how we would get there.
No.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
I mean, I
that's the
could see how we
beauty.
get there. They would just they bring Bianca back as a fucking heel, and then bam, we're off to the races. It could be like a Cena thing when he won the Chamber, and it was all good and dandelions, and him and Cody, and then Bianca just turns, or Jade does. You know what I mean? Like Jade comes out when Bianca wins, they hug, Jade attacks Bianca, bam. So it's like a reverse Cena Cody thing. Um, yeah, I don't
I, wa-
know.
I do want to address the two main points of or well, I guess there was a couple. So I'll start off with this one. Is the Judgment Day over?
I I hope so. I did see something the other day that I think would be really fucking cool to see, and that would be for at some point, maybe at SummerSlam, we get Liv Morgan versus Raquel Rodriguez versus Roxanne Perez because they're like the three, you know what I mean? I think I think that'd be pretty sick. You know what I mean? To get all those three in a title match against each other. Granted, it can't be at Mania because either Roxanne or uh, Rodriguez would have to win the title before Mania to make it that. But like, I don't really. Why would you take it away from Stephanie like that? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I
I
know
mean,
they're keeping Rhea as far away from Stephanie Vakir as they can. So maybe that's who goes. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what we're doing. Like this is my favorite time of year because like you can kind of see a main picture, but there's so many Papa H is really good at throwing curveballs, you know, to just kind of
I I I I like that point. I mean, do you think that they are saving that match for maybe Mania next year?
Stephanie and Rhea.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a match for them anyway that they want to
Okay,
save
so
it.
but why save it for Saudi? And I know we're going to touch on this earlier or later on, but I can't tell if that Saudi crowd was full or
It
if it
was
was
full.
I don't
I
know because I saw other angles where there were like when they would go high above and it looked like there was tons of empty seats. But then
so
I would
I
see other angles and it looked jam packed.
everything that I when I because obviously I was arguing on X last night for most of the night, and I saw a lot of the people that were there said a ton of people showed up after the women's rumble. You know what I mean? Because of all the pictures I saw, like I even posted some, like it looked packed. I just think those lights, and I could be so wrong. I don't think I am though. Everything that I zoomed in and like really kind of like tried to look into, it looked like, yeah, there's always going to be empty seats, but it looked like most were packed out. Those lights that were like headrest kind of
I think that
so
was a horrible
stupid.
idea.
So stupid. Like the visuals, yes. Like if we weren't in a position where crowds mattered, like that's these fucking stand boys that are either AEW or WWE, that's what they love to argue about. Is like, oh, AEW can't draw a crowd. It's not true. WWE can't draw a crowd. It's not true. Um, so the visuals were cool, like when you would see it, and it would just be lights out there. That was sick. But yeah, I did see a lot that there was like maybe WWE pumped in noise. I saw a lot of videos where people came out. I haven't seen any of like when Randy came out or anything, but I saw like a lot of people came out. There was no pop, like no reaction, and then you got the AAA guys, and I don't know. I don't know.
I mean,
We'll
I
get to
love
the
the Mr. Iguana part. Me and Maddie were dying from that. That was
yeah, but
hilarious.
they don't know anything about that.
No.
So that was
And then
kind of in the States it would have popped, you know,
I'll go
but
back to point number two. Um, what did you and I like to I like to go on that line. How did you feel as far as the woman's attire? I know that is a big talking point, you know. Like that is the one thing that people disagree with as why they should be over there. Whatever. I thought the attire was awesome.
I thought they killed it.
Um,
What was it, Roxanne? She looked like the Tori pointed out last night, she looked like the villain from Kim Possible. And then I saw it
I
all
I
over the
love how
internet.
Stephanie was it Stephanie? No, not Stephanie. Was it Lyra? Well, who's not Lyra? Kept her like same getup that she normally
Yeah,
wears.
yeah.
So that was cool. So I didn't have an issue with that.
Oh
I
yeah. And then
know
like
other people have. I mean, it is what it is.
it is what it is.
Um,
When they're in their country, you know what I mean? Like you gotta kind of uphold it's better now because they used to not even be able to go over there. They weren't
right.
allowed. So it's like I think if the women didn't want see that's I was going to say if the women didn't want to they wouldn't, and that used to be the case because like some of the men wouldn't go, but now it was a Royal Rumble, so it's like if you
Yeah, but
don't
at what point do
go,
you get the bag?
yeah, you know what I'm saying, like you offer a stack, you offer a stack. Probably the coolest gear that I saw last night was probably like in my vote like the MVP of that Rumble was Sol Ruka. I thought one, they did a crazy job with her to keep her same kind of punk rock kind of s shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then she dog walked in that rumble. Now, like she had a couple things here and there where she like I think at the end she almost botched the finish. She almost botched
Are you talking
because
about
she
when she
went
slipped when she was about to
yeah
do the soul
yeah
snatcher and
right
then
before it, yeah, and then they had to rerun the spot. But like
yeah.
I mean You know, it
I
is
think
what it
she did
is. Like,
phenomenal.
I do
Um,
too. I think it was,
that
she did amazing, dude.
the double soul snatcher was insane.
Yes, dude.
Was so cool.
Oh my God.
Um,
She
I
killed it
I loved it. I honestly thought, and I knew it was probably not going to happen, but I thought she was going to hit a soul snatcher
on the ring apron.
on the
I
ring
did
apron,
too.
eliminating herself and who was that? Liv,
Tiffany, no, it was Tiffany Stratton.
Tiffany.
I did
Um,
too, and I was like, what a, like, that would have just been the craziest ending ever. You know what I
yeah,
mean? If
I
she hit
thought
that
it
and
was
just, oh,
phenomenal.
yeah. And then you got
Um,
the LVP of that whole Rumble and fucking
and I don't agree with you.
Lash Legend. I can't stand her. Can't
I
stand her.
Okay, so the only reason why I don't like her is because I feel like they're trying to they're like copying and pasting what they've done in the past. And
Hmm.
what I mean by that is, we had China before, now we have
Yeah,
Lash Legend.
yeah.
And I kind of see them as in like the same people.
Hmm.
Like because China was this big, what was she like 6'2", 6'3",
Exactly.
dominant force, freak athlete, and Lash Legend was 6'2", 6'3", something like that. She was a WNBA star.
Do you know she's
Um,
with Trick Williams? Did you know that?
who's the
Off,
man?
who's I don't know, dude.
She's like she's
Not to
huge.
be not to be that way, but like, yeah,
Yeah,
you know
but
what I
she's
mean.
like
That was I saw
huge.
it. Yeah, I saw it last night, and I was like, oh, hmm. Didn't ever see that. Nothing against her. It's just not,
No,
never saw that coming. Um, but yeah, I
I
just think
don't.
I love that they were chanting overrated. I thought that was
I didn't
hilarious
think
because
she
I'm
did
not.
bad.
I don't think
I,
she did bad. It's
I
just
just
like
don't like the copy and paste feature that they are
she
doing
she's I
with.
don't think I'm not saying she's a bad wrestler or bad in the ring. She looks very, very stiff, and I guess that also comes with her size. It just like, you look at someone else that's tall. Like I think Raquel does a better job at being like the, Kevin Nash-esque type character. I think Rhea does a better job. You know what I mean? They look looser in there, and like your size alone is going to make you a little stiff, but like I didn't like
But I
she was
mean,
like no selling. She was no selling some shit, and I was just like, all
I
right.
guess well you can also say like Naya does phenomenal and she's a bigger girl.
Naya does great. Naya is an underrated, like,
I
just
love Naya. I did not like her at first because I felt like she was getting, oh, this is The Rock's cousin, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, or something
yeah,
like, or niece or something, whatever it was.
right.
So I didn't like that she was getting that initial like push, but I've came to like Naya.
Mm,
I think she does fantastic heel work.
yeah, yeah. She's a really
Um,
good heel. She's a really good heel, and she seems so like a funny person as well.
yeah, she seems like a just genuine.
Yeah.
I liked Jordan Grace in that match. I thought she
I
did good.
I thought, because they had teased Jordan versus Jade about a month ago on a SmackDown, and when I saw Jordan come out there and how she was going, I was like, oh, like, but Jordan's still in NXT, right?
Yeah. No, no,
Yeah,
no, no,
so
no. She got
did she
called
get
up.
caught up?
Yes.
Damn, that was fast. Um, but yeah, and then like, the biggest
That
thing from the women's rumble, Brie Bella,
was awesome.
that pop was sick.
Okay,
Sick,
so is this a
dude.
one off? Is this a one
That's what I
off?
was gonna
Or
ask. Or are we gonna get the Bella Twins
I
versus
will.
Rhea and Io at Mania for the titles? You know what I mean? Like that'll make that match a little more interesting because usually with the women's titles, it's always lately. I just feel like it's been Io Ripley and Liv and Raquel, and it's like okay, or the Kabuki
Right.
Warriors, and I'm just kind of like, all right, mix that up, and that's cool too because we were talking about it last night. Like I was like Brie. I didn't really care for Nikki. I think Brie was the better wrestler. You know what I mean? I just know that Nikki was like the bigger star. But I think Brie was just overall better. Um, yeah, I thought she did a good job for not being anything since she came back in what 2022, I think they said for that Rumble. Um, and she hasn't done anything since. I do like when couples, one's in one company and the other is in the other company. I always thought,
Right.
that was funny. And it kind of shows she loves this company because like, Brian's in AEW. So she just wanted to wrestle.
I love the
Easily
fact
should have
that
been an
even
AEW.
the crowd got behind the yes chant. That was
Oh
awesome.
yeah, dude, that was
That the
sick.
crowd was even doing that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Uh,
I want to say it's here to stay, but I don't know.
yeah, and it's like overall the women's rumble, I feel like the first half was just dud. Like it just
Yeah,
kind of was a dud. There was no build. The back half, so from like 1 to 15, it was kind of and then from 15 on, that match took off. You know what I mean? And it was just I fucked with it. I definitely like the men's better, but like, overall, I the women's rumble every year I think picks it up a little more and a little more and a little
right.
more. So yeah, I mean, I'd give it like a 7 out of 10.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It was pretty solid. I
the
think they made the
ending.
right choice giving it to Liv. Like,
I didn't like the fact that they used a lot of NXT people because
yeah,
I don't. I
but they're like the future like of it. So, and it was just like maybe there were some women that did not like we just talked about earlier that did not want to go over there. So it was just
right,
like, I mean, I wanted Chelsea Green to win. Um, I want them to kind of get her out of that R-Truth-esque lane and like let her fly. Like, I don't know. Like, she's
Get
really
her
good in
out
the
of
ring.
the mid card title and elevate her
Exactly.
to more of a main card.
Exactly. And it's like I feel like they want to because like we watched Unreal and like that was a point in one of their creative meetings was just like, oh, are they're just I just don't think they're ready to push that button yet, which is whatever. Um, but yeah, overall, good match. Clearly, next match.
I think it was the match of the night. I think it outdid
I
the Royal Rumble or the
Yes.
men's.
Yes. I think it
Um,
outdid every match. I think it outdid. Yeah, I mean, it was just
it was a fantastic match. It definitely had me on the edge of my seat thinking, is he actually going to do it?
that match was
Um,
what we wanted the Cena and Gunther match to be all the way
right.
through, all the way through, even the end. Like that's what we wanted for Cena versus Gunther.
I
Um,
know that you were confused as to why uh
y-
AJ passed
yeah,
out and Gunther.
Cena tap. Yeah, I don't. Why would we do that? Like, why would AJ pass out?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, AJ is a GOAT, but Cena's the GOAT. Why? And Cena had
Right.
never tapped. You're gonna make Cena tap out, but you're gonna let AJ Styles pass out. Like, I don't get that. I don't understand that.
I think AJ
Um,
did a fantastic job selling the pass out too,
oh
because when he
yeah,
woke up, he was like,
he played
"Oh,
confused.
well,
Yeah,
like
he's like,
what's
what?
going on?"
Yeah,
That
and the
was
ref's like, dude,
fantastic.
the ref was like, you were out, man, you were out. And I love that ref. We never give kudos to the referees. That ref did such a fantastic job where he was just screaming AJ, like, did not want to call that match. And they played into that very well. Like when Gunther was just beating the brakes off him and that big chunk of the match. And they started talking about at the table about like the ref's in a hard place, like any other match, like he might just call it a match, and he can't do that here. So it's like every time he has in the sleeper, he's just screaming AJ's name, just like begging him
Right.
to move, like do something. Like he did not want to just call that match quits.
Well, they
Um,
said on the show that they were friends. I don't know if that was just a play
right,
into
right,
the match
right.
itself, or if they actually are. But I think it was fantastic. I absolutely loved the match. I'm
hmm
sad that AJ's done with WWE, but I don't think he's done.
That was weird. That was weird. And then I got into a lot of stuff last night where it's just like, is he
I
going to TNA? Is he going to AEW? I
I
saw a
think he
lot of
goes.
AEW people
Yes,
were saying he's coming. And I mean, that's
I
what the
think
whole
he.
argument last night was on X with me anyway,
I
with
think he goes to
Ricochet's.
AEW for 6 months or 3 to 4 months. Has a couple dream matches,
hmm
leaves, goes to TNA, and then retires. I think it's in September at Bound for Glory.
I just hope first match, he goes to AEW, first match, Ricochet's, beats him, takes his title away, out the gate. That's all I want. You know what I mean? I'm saying, dude, I'm saying, what a fucking troll. That guy is such a troll. I mean, don't get me
would
wrong, I was trolling as well, but
would
that's
you
kind of
go
my
back and
job.
say I told you so?
Yes. Yes, and I would hope he would see it. Like that was just how you gonna like his whole gimmick is annoying anyway. The whole aha thing, you know what I mean? And he's just a troll and like I get it and it's like, come on, dude. Like you're really good in the ring. Why are you being like this? Like get yourself over in a different way. And I made sure I made that very clear. Like, you know, AJ doesn't have to get himself over by going on Twitter and arguing with non-relevant podcasts just to get his name out there. And it's just like, he's a fucking idiot. He's a fucking moron. But
Um,
whatever.
what?
Moving on.
So
Moving on.
I think you know my stance. I think he does retire Bound for Glory with TNA.
Yeah.
Calls it a career where he started. Um,
hmm Yeah, because I think
I
it's now it's
think
a thing. He just didn't resign with
right.
WWE. That's why we got the whole glove thing. And I think they know it. I think WWE knows it and they were just letting it happen because like, I mean, he's been good to them. You know what I mean? They've been good to him. And it was just like a mutual thing. It's the same thing with like Daniel Bryan left. Like Vince said, like, I understand, man. Like, I'm gonna offer you one last time, but like I get it. So I think it's a very similar thing.
Well, I think too. A lot of AJ's friends are in AEW.
Well, yeah, I mean, I just wanted to, if AJ goes over there, I would just love it for Wembley to be AJ versus Osprey. One more time. Run it back. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah,
one
but I
more
feel
time.
like then you're cutting it too close to Bound for Glory.
Yeah, but I mean, that's an easy thing to get I mean, he can kind of do what he wants. He could literally have the AEW match. I mean, he could be a free agent, dog. Like both of those companies will allow that. They don't have to fucking. He could go to Wem. He could be doing TNA and AEW at the same time. He doesn't have to sign a contract with either of them. You know what I mean? He could sign for just dates where he shows up. So he could go out and he could go with AEW and be like, all right, cool. Here's my game plan, and be like, this is what I'm trying to do here. But at the same time, I'm trying to do this over here. Like they're gonna line up kind of similar, So we just got to
Right.
kind of work around each other. Um, yeah, I think 100% it could happen. That'd be sick. You know what I mean? Contrary to belief, we are AEW fans,
I would
So
like to see Joe versus AJ one last time. That was kind of the rivalry that got me going.
yeah,
As like a wrestling fan, the matches with Joe, the matches with Daniels, the triple threats with Joe and Christopher Daniels.
right.
Um, yeah, I mean, in a dream world, I get to see him do Ultimate X one more time, but I know I'm not going to
Right,
get that.
right, right. Put the
Um,
put the six-sided ring out there for one more fucking
yeah,
time.
just
Yeah.
one more time. I mean, I know I won't get it, but
Mm, that'd be
that was
cool.
cool to me.
Yeah, that would be
Um,
cool.
yeah, I think AJ had a fantastic run.
Unbeatable. Like that dude. We were talking about it
Um,
last night. He's 50 years old. Well, he's 47. You know what I mean? And to do the shit that he does. Because you look at Cena and how old he is. And I mean, Cena was never like AJ. Like, I don't want to compare them in their in-ring style, but like
right.
I don't know another almost 50-year-old that could do what AJ's doing in that ring. Still, like he doesn't look like he missed a beat. Like every once in a while you'll get him and he's like a little beat up and he just can't do some of the shit. But last night, oh dude, when he did that springboard out of the ring, I was like, no 50-year-old man should be springboarding out of the ring onto their opponent. Like it should not be happening. And yeah, dude, he went at it. My
Uh,
God. He went at
It,
it.
it was a great end to a match or to a
Yeah.
career.
Yeah.
I
Well,
wish
one chapter of a career for
I
we don't
wish
know.
I wish that he would have came sooner rather than at the end.
Yeah, how he just yeah, but without, that run he had in New Japan, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, but he was
it,
phenomenal in TNA.
I know he was, but I think New Japan catapulted him even
He was in the
more.
Bullet Club in New Japan, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thought so.
Hmm.
Um,
That's why the whole like Omega and Osprey and like all those guys would just be it would just be sick. Um,
I've never seen an AJ versus Osprey match.
they're crazy. They're crazy. I mean, old matches like, indie scene, I think one of the best Osprey match I seen was Ricochet, but that was a lot of just like their kind of shit that they can do. Not saying that's all they do in a match, is like, the counters and the crazy move set. Um, him and AJ was just like a barn burner, though. Like it was still like if they're on a ranking, you know what I mean, that AJ or Osprey and Ricochet, and then like literally a hair under it is AJ versus Osprey. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Time will tell. I feel like if it's gonna happen, what are we in? What month? It's February now, February 1st. So if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen quick. If I had to guess, you know what I mean? Like if I had to guess, what if I'd say in the next month, if we don't see AJ somewhere else, it's not happening.
So what? All ends in what? July?
Yeah. August? When is it?
I don't
July or
remember.
August? Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it will be interesting. I wonder if that's something Tony's would even be open to.
I'm sure. Yeah, it's August 30th. So
Oh, okay. So yeah.
yeah. I'm sure he would be open to it, but time will tell on that one, Definitely have to keep our eyes peeled for any vignettes or um just people teasing it, you know what I mean? Besides what the AEW wrestlers are already doing. Um, but yeah, I mean, next match is the match that me and you both were happy about the outcome. I would have been infuriated last night. Was Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre.
Thank God.
Thank God they booked it the way they did. No offense to Sammy. I like Sammy, but I'm so tired of seeing Super Sammy. I'm so tired of it. Every time we get him in a match, dude, it's like he doesn't die. Oh, he's got the heart of a lion. Dude, shut the fuck up. Like, just make him wrestle. Like, he's a good wrestler. It doesn't have to be this way. Like, I don't think I'm not saying he'll never win the title, but like,
I don't think he's title worthy.
I don't think he can carry it.
Uh-uh.
I think maybe he could win it and then get cashed in on immediately type thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's believable as a champion, like at winning the title. I just don't
Right.
think he's believable carrying the title. I
No.
mean, he's okay at promos. You know what I mean? It depends on where you're at, like what city you're in, on is the crowd behind him. Um, I don't think he can just go up against anybody anymore. Now, back when he came in, for sure, dude. Like if they would have slapped him on him there, like maybe, like he could have. I mean, his first match and on the main roster, he fought John Cena. You know what I mean? Him and KO both. It's, but yeah, I don't really want to spend too much on this match because I just don't. I feel like it was a filler match. It wasn't anything that was substantial to us going forward. I hope I'm right. I hope I'm not wrong, and he's gonna go win the fucking chamber, and then we've got to see it, because it's just like I don't know. I feel like if he wins the chamber and he goes to Mania, he's gonna win. You know, he's
I
gonna
think they're
win.
saving that for next year.
I hope. Yeah, that would make sense because they're in Saudi next year, right? Or is it in a
Yeah.
couple years?
No, next year.
That's stupid. That annoys me because fucking watching the crowds there, the only thing they pop for are the guys from the Attitude Era or like the Ruthless Aggression era. That's all they pop for. You know what I mean? It's like, look at the women's match. They popped for fucking the Bella Twins, and they were behind the Bella Twins. Randy Orton came out. They sang Randy's song. Like, Roman, but that's Roman, dude. Like, Roman's a dog. So, yeah, whatever. We'll keep going on that. Let's get off the Sammy match because it was an okay match. I don't think it was anything. It's just a normal
It
fucking
wasn't
Sami
anything
Zayn.
spectacular.
No,
It was
Sami
just an
Zayn being
okay
the
match.
underdog. Yeah, Sami Zayn being the underdog, but at the end of the day, he got smoked. That's it. If you didn't watch it, you didn't miss anything. There were a couple cool spots in there. Main storyline. Drew beat the shit out of him. Sammy kept getting up. Drew finally put him down for the count. Match over.
That
Um,
that final Claymore was pretty cool though. I did
yeah,
like
how
that.
he did the Claymore, and then he said, "I want you to look me in the eyes," and then he right again. I love Drew, dude. I think I'm so happy. He better hold that title all the way to Mania, and he better get the main event either one of the nights, because you already know Roman's
But it's not even a
main
main
event
event
night two.
anymore. It's not a main event anymore.
I the main
I
event of night two is. I don't
I
see the main event of night
yeah.
one as a main event. Yeah, but it's Roman. So if he fights Roman, 100%, it's night two.
No,
It's not night one.
I think night two is gonna be Roman and Punk.
You think he's going after Punk? I guess that makes
Yes.
sense. I mean, Drew
Because
called out Roman last night.
then we're gonna get Cody,
I
Drew,
saw,
and
I
Jacob.
saw, I saw that somebody said that Roman chooses Punk, and then Seth Rollins comes back, wins the Elimination Chamber, and then Seth Rollins puts himself in that match, and we get a rerun of last year's Mania, but this year for a title. I
That'd be
like
cool.
that match last year. Yeah, so if that was it, and that would also make sense how we get Jacob, Cody, and Drew, because like you can't have like Cody or Jacob win the chamber and then oh just somehow the other guy gets in the match as well. You know what I mean? It would make
Well, I
more
mean,
sense.
they've done that before though.
Yeah, but I just feel like it makes more sense if that doesn't happen and the match just generates itself. You know what I mean? So it'd be like, Seth wins and Seth says he's putting himself in that match with Roman and them. So now they're like, well, fucking Drew doesn't have a match, so they'll do like some kind of shit where like who's gonna face Drew, like a matches or whatever, and then something will happen and we'll end up getting Cody and Jacob versus fucking Drew, which I think that one will burn the house down. I think both nights, the main events of both nights being triple threat matches for the title. Love that. Love that. But yeah, right out the gate, men's Royal Rumble. Obviously, Obafemi, number one, comes out. Thought that was a cool choice. You know what I mean? Quick little curve to spin it around. Braun Breaker comes out. Braun Breaker gets almost to the ring. Braun Breaker gets ambushed, slammed into the steel steps, curb stomped on the floor, thrown in the ring. Obafemi clotheslines him out of the ring. Who was the hooded guy again? And why? I know we all have theories. Why the first time
Ah,
when it was
I see
Austin
what you
Theory?
did there. We all
Yeah,
have theories.
yeah.
Clever.
Um, but the first time when it was Theory, do you remember how he acted in the ring? He acted like Dean did, like the whole neck thing, like he did that. And then last night they did it again. They did it again. He did the whole neck thing after he did it, the whole like stretching his back and rolling his neck. I'm like, why do you guys keep doing that? Like, I've never seen any other wrestler do that besides Dean and Randy. You know what I mean? So it's like, why do you guys keep doing that? Like, it's not him. Why are you teasing it? There's no way. He's under contract with AEW. He's not coming. So, I mean, I think the whole goal was like what they want you to think is it's Seth. But in my head, I'm like, if it's Seth, why would Seth be in a whole getup? Why wouldn't Seth just attack
I,
him?
I don't think there's any chance it was Seth because Seth was in Connecticut Friday afternoon.
Mm. So, well, that's the other thing is like it doesn't matter who was under there. If they want it to be Seth, that's who it's going to be. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but how do you
I
get
think
Seth from point A to point B that quick?
I don't know. Private jet. I don't know. Seth has a fucking history of lying. You know
I
what I
know,
mean?
I get
Like,
that, but that to get a pop like that, is it worth call it $200,000-300,000 it's going to cost?
Yeah. Um,
I mean,
I mean, obviously,
to us, that's a lot of money, but I guess to Saudi,
yeah.
that's toilet paper
They're
money.
like, right. They were like, hey man, it's gonna if you guys want this, if you want him there, it's gonna cost $500,000. That's 250 to get him here, 250 for him. You know what I mean, or whatever. And they're like, okay, double it, give it to him. We don't care.
Right.
I think it was Austin. I've thought this from the jump. Austin's there under Seth's stint. Austin Theory there. I see you shaking your head. I don't see why it would be him,
I
Brennan.
don't
Why
know.
would it be
I
him?
don't know. I
It
don't
makes no
know.
sense
I know it doesn't.
For Finn Balor to be under that hood. It makes no sense
They're
whatsoever.
pushing him right now. That's
I
why.
get
They're
that. I
they're
get
giving him
that.
a push. What would give him the biggest push possible?
But why would he get involved right now for no, like, there's, if it's a push, why are they putting him against,
Maybe
away from the
Seth
title?
maybe Seth and Finn are working together.
Yeah, no shit. I just got a text from Stanley. It's just like, whatever. I'll tell you after the pod. It's fucking stupid.
Maybe I just feel like they're trying to give Finn this push. They're tired of Finn looking like a character and they want to give him a serious push. I
I'd be
don't know
sick.
why. I
I'd
don't know
agree.
why. I have no other reason behind it.
Yeah, I
Maybe
agree.
maybe that's who, when they said here's the phone, maybe it was Demon Finn Balor. That because they even said even Adam Pierce would be scared to talk to him. You
Yeah,
know? I don't
yeah.
know. I want the demon back so bad. Every time we
Mm,
get a Finn match, I want the demon. I love the demon. It is one of my favorite characters. Um, I
I just,
loved the demon.
I
I
just
love
can't.
the demon.
I just can't. Triple H is a big guy. I'm like, if we're doing this, why are we doing this? Where are we going? And it's just like in my head, that's locked now. Why would it be him? I just don't know where would we be going. What, Finn's just gonna fight Braun now at Mania? What's that do for him? You know what I mean? If he, they're not gonna squash Braun. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know. And then the other question is, why wasn't Finn in the Rumble? If they're pushing Finn, why was he not in the Rumble? You know
Okay,
what I mean?
so
If it
maybe
was Finn,
Finn.
if they wanted Finn to do this, then they should have had Finn come out, attack Braun without anything on, take his spot in the Rumble. You know what I mean? Kind of like what they did years ago when they got Becky into the Rumble after
Or
she
they
lost her
got
match.
when they got speed in the Rumble last year.
Yeah, like why I don't understand why I don't understand why he wasn't there. I don't understand why
Why
Dominic
did no
Mysterio wasn't there.
why did nobody say his name?
Yeah. I I don't know. The hooded thing, it's like it's cool, but like if it has a dud payoff, I'm gonna be pissed off. I'm gonna be pissed off. Um, but yeah, I guess we gotta watch Raw on Monday and maybe we'll get answers.
Well,
I doubt it.
you Dom. I don't think Dom likes the overseas thing.
But I don't think it's that. He hasn't been here. We haven't seen him.
Right, but remember, Dom didn't go overseas for Crown Jewel. No, the seat. Remember when he was supposed to fight AJ for the title, and then he got hurt,
Yeah,
and he didn't go over
yeah,
there.
right.
But maybe that's why they were keeping Dom off TV to not lead him up to um um lead up to Rumble, so that way people
Yeah,
wouldn't get. I don't
yeah,
know. I was really hoping that we got Dom, um, but we didn't.
yeah. And
Obo
then
looked like a monster. That was phenomenal.
that
Um,
was, I love how they played it too about every time Oba and Brock started to come to each other, all the other guys in the ring would come get them. They'd beat the shit out of them, and then we're back, them face to face, and then they're going at it again, and then here they all come, and it just kept doing that. We finally got to see them go up against each other a little bit. Does that
that
mean that it's gonna
suplex was
happen?
nuts.
Yeah, dude. Does that mean that we're gonna get that? I hope that's what Mania is Oba versus Brock. But if you remember years ago when Gunther was up, they put Gunther and Brock face to face in the Rumble. Nothing ever happened from it. Granted, we know at SummerSlam it's going to happen. I get that. Um, well, we don't know that, but it's
But that could be long term storytelling.
yeah, but to see Oba and Brock at Mania would just be the chef's kiss. I think Oba's a dog. I don't foresee it being very long before we get that. as a
I think he
champion,
is
like
the
Oba
kind of
as a main.
guy that can carry a company.
Yeah, I think he's going to get the same push as what Brock kind of got a couple years ago. Maybe not as fast. Like Brock won his first year in the main roster, he won the title. You know what I mean? But it's like Oba can cut a promo. Oba can get you mentally involved in a match, not just by his size, but his like the way he thinks while he's in there, like the little things he does, like he can keep you invested in a match. Um, but then like the other guy that I think has is just going to be insane in this company is Javon Evans. I
That
thought
boy bouncy.
that boy bouncy dude.
Hold on.
I loved what? Ah, I loved Randy's RKO that he hit him with when Javion tried to do the whole where he runs up to the top rope, bounces, comes back and hits the cutter. I love that Roman just kind of like countered that into an RKO. I thought their match that they had at NXT that one time was fucking phenomenal. I think he put on a showing that he's like supposed to be here. I would have loved to see Carmelo Hayes in the Rumble to maybe set those two guys up against each other.
Right.
Because like you know what I mean? Like I would have loved to see that. Or same thing with Dom. Like I would love to see something set up with Javion because he's going mid card at you know what I mean. He's not going anywhere near like the main titles anytime soon.
Right.
Um, but yeah, I would have loved to see him kind of touch base with one of those guys because I feel like he's gonna have a match at Rumble. I would imagine it's for a title. I can't see it not being for a title. I would love to see Javion in the chamber match. Just his bouncy shit, big spots.
Can you still see me?
Nope.
Okay.
Um, I think that'd be crazy. My biggest thing from the Rumble though was hilarious is once again, this is like the third or fourth year in a row, Logan Paul makes it to the final four again, and he just never gets that push to go over the hump, you know?
Um, yeah, I like the spot with him and Roman. That was
Mm-hmm.
cool where Roman did the Superman punch and
Yeah,
Logan went to do the clothesline. That was awesome.
yeah, that was
Um,
cool.
I don't know what they're saving Logan for.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's kind of crazy because they gave Logan that big push and
Mm-hmm.
a title shot, what, his first year
I said like, yeah, he's had like two now. Like,
against, but that one against Roman at Crown
oh, at
Jewel, I
Crown
think,
Jewel,
right?
that was, yeah, that was off the charts how good that match was.
And that was like his first year, I think.
Right. And then like everybody always uses the same excuse. He gets to his matches, he gets to practice them. They all do now. They all do.
Right.
I just
I
saw a
think
video of Tiffany Stratton where they were practicing their Money in the Bank match and she wiped out trying to, you know what I mean? It's like, dude, they all do it. Like, stop just thinking it's him. Like, they all do it. Like, if there's spots in the match, yeah. If there's not spots in the match, like who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Like they can do whatever. But if it's a big spot, how are you mad that someone practices it before they do it? You want them to just like look at his SummerSlam against LA Knight, where he spun himself around up on the ropes and did that fucking moonsault. You don't want him to practice that? You
yeah,
want him to just
you can't
free
just
ball
randomly
that?
do that.
Right, dude. He has to learn how his body's gonna rotate, like how much height he has. Like these fucking fans annoy the shit out of me with that. But yeah, dude, kudos on him making the final four again. I would love to see eventually
I think
him make.
the least impressive person. Oh, I froze.
Okay. I was like,
Oh,
oh damn, leave us on a cliffhanger.
no, I froze. I because I did something. I think it was
Uh,
Jay.
I still can't see you. I don't know what you're doing.
I don't know. I'm
There's no
here.
video. There's no video of you.
Whatever. We'll just keep going.
Eh,
I think it was Jay.
that was so stupid.
I don't know why they did what they did, like how they told him why he said let's run it back
Hmm.
and then
Took
they
him
stopped.
13 minutes. Took him 13 minutes to get to the ring.
Right. That was kind of dumb because I feel like it took off the pop that they kind of had for him,
right?
which I guess it is what it is. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of getting tired of the Jay Uso character. It's kind of silly
Yeah, because
that,
like he's nothing anymore.
but I mean, I guess it is what it is. The thing with, I wish that it would lead more into um something as far as him and Cody or him and Roman getting into it, but
Yeah,
I don't think it
no,
is.
no. I thought one of the most disappointing people in the Rumble was Cody.
Why
You
do
know
you
what I
say
mean?
that?
He didn't do anything. He just got beat up the whole time. You know what I mean? He's supposed to be your face of your company, dog, and he just like got beat up or like the whole entire match. Like nothing happened. Uh,
Um,
and he didn't even make it to the final four, dog.
no.
That's what I'm saying. Like he didn't. I don't know. That the whole match was winning. Obviously, winner of the match, Roman Reigns. Like we talked about earlier. I'm not mad about that. Um, I think it just guarantees that our main event is going to be really good. You know, if Roman's involved, he's got a track record the past couple of years. If he's involved in that main event, it burns the house down. Um,
I just wish Roman would be here to stay.
right.
I
Yeah, I
don't.
I don't want him to. I don't like that he does like he's here and then he goes away and then he's here and then he goes away and it's just like he's here for like a month and then he's out and then like I know for the bill for Mania between now and Mania we'll probably see him less than 10 or under times.
Oh,
Like
I
we're not
agree.
gonna, yeah, we're not gonna see him every week. He's not gonna show up every week. And it's like, yeah, I get it. Like he's that guy, but like I just feel I love Roman. I'm not mad Roman won. I just feel like there were other options. You know what I mean? Like there were other options. If we are doing a triple threat again, that's great. But like at the same time, I'm conflicted because there were so many other matches we could do for the title. There are so many other things we could be doing. Like you said, Braun Breaker, that's a big one. You know what I mean? Yeah, Obafemi. There's a lot of guys that could be in there doing that, and it's like here we are with Roman again, which it's fine. It's fine. Like, you know what I mean? It's just
I was
like
kind of hoping LA Knight got that push.
I also thought when I saw LA Knight return, I thought we might get LA Knight versus Drew or Punk. I was like, oh, like LA Knight might pull this off. And he came in and then did great when he walked into the ring and then started to proceed to get his ass beat the rest of the fucking match. So it's like I I don't know what they're doing with that guy. I don't know if there's something behind the scenes where it's just like he's not like they don't think he can. Like, you know, you remember with Unreal, like at the Money in the Bank, and he fucked up the whole ending of the match, and they were pretty pissed at him. Like, I don't know if that's like a continuation thing. I remember the Rumble last year, Drew got mad at him because he was in the wrong spot or whatever. So it's like maybe that's a problem.
Right.
Maybe, you know, like like, yeah, he can talk on the mic, but maybe in the ring, he just can't do the match the way it's supposed to be. Maybe he just throws changeups too much. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not in that company. Like I have no idea what their problem is with not pushing LA Knight.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought that I'd like you said, I thought he did good, and then he got in and had his initial little run, and then it was like boom, done.
Yeah. I mean,
Um, I
oh, oh,
I
go
like
ahead.
the Mr. Iguana spot. That was cool. The La Parca spot, I was just so confused because, like you said,
They
nobody
don't
knows who.
know. Yeah, I feel so bad for those guys in particular because like say that Rumble was in Texas, you know what I mean? Mr. Iguana coming out would have been the biggest pop of the night.
Right,
Maybe not La Parka, like maybe not La Parka, but Mr. Iguana coming out would have blew the roof off the place. Um, and then there were a lot of guys that they didn't put out there. Like, where was Joe Hendry? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, where was Joe Hendry? Like, he's your most over guy you've got. Like, I don't totally agree, but like he is the most over guy you have. But you put Mr. Gassed Out Jey Uso in there, but not Joe Hendry. Like, I don't understand some of the placements in the match. And the other one, the biggest one that pissed me off because we were over there
Here we
was
go.
El Grande Americano, dog. If that was here, him coming out, you know what I mean? Ludwig coming out, you know what I mean? We got it, whatever. And then the music hitting again, and it's Chad Gable. It would have been deafening in that arena, dog. Like and there was no reaction, none. Like I
They
didn't even
didn't.
hear
They didn't play to the strengths. Because I
exactly.
also certainly thought that they were gonna that dude that they just signed from Saudi, he was gonna come out.
Yeah, I remember you told me about that.
Um, but he didn't even.
I would have liked to see more NXT guys because, like, in the women's, we had a lot of NXT girls. I would have liked to see a lot of NXT guys. I know that at the one point in the Rumble, which was a pretty cool spot, and I am glad that the fans cheered for that, and there was a big pop for that when it was Javon, Trick, and Oba all in the ring at the same time, just those
Right.
three. I was happy that that got a pop because like those guys held NXT down for the past year and then they all got called up at the same time and they had some barn burner matches. Um, but yeah, I get why they're going to Saudi, but like you just said, feed into the strengths of where you are.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like if you're in someone's hometown, you're going to capitalize on it being their hometown. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Uh, I give it the same rating. It's like a 7 out of 10, that Rumble. Like, I think last year's was so much better by a landslide. Like, it's not even close in this year's. I'm just not impressed with the whole being over in Saudi. I don't like we're only getting 4 matches, but it's a 5 hour event. You know what I mean? Like,
But
I
did
don't
you
like,
feel that it was that a long event?
no. No, it
Yeah.
didn't feel
See.
that long. It didn't feel that long, but it's just my point being is like there's so many guys. I understand the Rumbles where you get to use a lot of stars or a lot of like wrestlers, but like I don't know, man. You watch an AEW event and like yeah, like you watch All In and it's 6, 7 hours and there's fucking 10 matches and it's just like they're all good. You might have like two duds, like it doesn't matter, but I feel like they put on better events anymore in the whole grand scheme of like not saying everything about it is better, but just like old overall interest, especially like when it was on Peacock, like okay, cool. But now these people got to pay extra money for this shit. You're charging
A
them extra
lot of
money, and
extra money.
you're giving them 4 matches. What is that? Like you're
Well,
giving
I
them
think
four
they're trying to
matches,
go off of the less is greater.
but it's not.
Um, that's because I think they said something like that in Unreal.
Yeah,
As far as like why some PLEs only have 4 or 5 matches, where the other ones have like 7 or 8, and I
right.
think that's just like what they're going off of is that less is better.
But I don't because it just feels like that leaves so many people in the dark on a normal event because like TV time is how people get over. If they're not on TV, they're not getting over at all. They're not getting any time. I don't know. It just kind of worries me about Mania. Are we gonna get like 4 matches a night?
No, I mean normally Mania we get 6 or 7.
Yeah, 6, 7. Um, but
Clown.
yeah, I don't know. It was good. It's the Rumble. I love the Rumble. I feel like the 4 matches thing kind of pissed me off. Not pissed me off, but it was like, a little aggravating. Only one title defense on the whole show, aggravating. Because I remember like some Royal Rumbles where it was like, The Rock versus Punk, and it was just like, like shit like that, and we didn't get any of that. So I don't know. It's just being just being a complainer, you know what I mean? It's that whole thing, and it's like everybody does it. It doesn't go the way you wanted, so you critique it a little more, and that's kind of, I guess it's a little unfair, but at the same time, I don't think my critiques are too crazy.
Oh, what the hell? I just stopped recording that whole podcast.
It shows it's recording on my side.
Like, what's the time?
55, oh
Okay,
five,
okay, well,
6,
keep going.
7.
Keep going.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's too crazy. Obviously we're not gonna like just do this whole pod without talking about AEW at all. Like we've talked about them a couple times. They also had Collision last night.
Did not
Um,
like it.
no, there was, you
I
know,
am pissed off at the fact that they already put a belt on something that's been there for 2 days.
yeah. Why are you pissed off about it?
I just don't like it. I feel like, and people are gonna hate on me. I feel like you need to earn it. Show the crowd
You mean
um,
like they should have saved it for like Grand Slam?
no, just like try to get over, try to get over with your crowd first. Like,
Hmm.
cool. He made an appearance. It popped. Um, and then that was it. And then he challenged for the title the next night. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like you need to earn your stripes. I mean, I know it's Tommaso Ciampa, like I get it, but he's not like a Edge or anything. Like he was a mid card person at best in
Right.
WWE, and you're gonna
Right.
put. I mean, I guess you're putting on the mid card title on him, but
Right. Right. I
I
mean,
don't.
I feel like Briscoe's been there, earned it, and then you just
Yeah,
take it away from him immediately and put it on Champa, and it's like, all right, whatever. Um, I think the only other thing I took away from that last night was the at Grand Slam, we're getting Orange Cassidy, Tony Storm versus Yuta and Shafir in a hair versus hair match. Like whoever gets pinned gets their head shaved. Never seen women involved in it. Well, I guess there was back in the day. It was like Molly
didn't that girl
Holly.
from CM Punk, or no? She just
Yeah, she no,
randomly.
yeah, she shaved her head, but there was I think it was Molly Holly lost the hair versus hair match. So like that'll be interesting. Sometimes gimmick matches like that are somewhat chill. You know what I
But it
mean? I
goes back to
think
your thing of why is everything gotta be a gimmick match? Why can't we just get a straight up match?
yeah, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I get it from their perspective a little bit because it's like, they're trying to draw attention. So maybe they feel just a basic match, like the match will be great. Like typically, like their matches are really good. But to just draw them in, like draw the viewership in and the fans in, maybe they feel like they need the gimmicks to be there to get more eyes on it, which I don't think is the case. You know what I mean? Like I don't think every title defense, or not every, but like for that stretch, like with Hangman and stuff, it felt like we had so many Texas death matches. You know what
Right.
I mean? Like and with Swerve, and it's like we don't really see that with like MJF as champion now. But like I don't know
But I
why
also
they
think that's
play into
because
it.
MJF's not willing to do that.
I don't think he's not willing to do that. I just don't think he wants to do that or feels he needs to do that. Um, I fuck with MJF. I don't know, man. I like AEW. I really do. I just think, but I have critiques about both. You know what I mean? I have critiques about AEW. I have critiques about WWE. I think WWE needs to stop doing this safe shit. And I think AEW needs to stop doing the gimmick shit. I'm not saying either of them do it all the time, but like
Right.
predominantly, I feel like they both do it. Like Roman was the safe choice. It was a safe choice. They knew they could get a good match with whoever they put him with at Mania. Um, and then I'll give AEW credit. They haven't really been doing it that much lately, and like the past couple months, with just gimmicky shit. I won't even hold this hair versus hair one against them because it's not like it's a main event match. It's just a mixed tag match. Um, are they gonna go above and like we're gonna have? You know what I mean? Wheeler and fucking Tony Storm actually go at it in the match. Like it's 2026, People want to see it. I think even the wrestlers want to do it. Like we've seen we've seen Chelsea Green versus Pinto. Like we saw the shit in the past, like with China, like Ronda and Triple H. Like we've seen it. Just do it. What's gonna happen? You know, like I don't understand what they're scared of. Like it's not like these people are actually fighting for real. Like I understand there's a danger, but
Right.
like I can't imagine that if you put a woman versus a guy in a match that the guy's just like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking kill her. Um,
Exactly. Like, what are we actually gonna get in an intergender match?
right. But yeah, man. I mean, that was pretty much for the whole weekend. Um, you know,
But yeah,
yeah.
where can people find us?
Everywhere now, I feel like, you know what I mean? You just look us up on TikTok, Heelcast. Look us up on X, Heelcast. No Facebook, but why would we? I mean, we can if we really need to, but whatever. You find us on
Spotify,
Instagram, same Spotify. You can listen to us on Spotify. You can listen to us on we just
Apple
got on Apple.
Podcasts is
Yeah.
coming soon.
Yeah, we got it just in a review process. So pretty much almost anywhere you can listen to podcasts, we're going to be there. The goal is to keep putting shit out Sunday or Monday, you know? Um, so yeah, that's about it.
But that is all for us.
Yeah.
We'll see you on the flip side.
Yeah. Appreciate you guys.
Later, guys.